is my '69 Cougar. Had it for a couple years now. Just had to put off because I have some other projects I've been working on. So I bought this from an old lady. She had it for a long time. It was sitting out in the desert, Maricopa, middle of nowhere. Plates expired in '91, the year I was born, so that was pretty cool. And the reason why I bought it was just it was an old lady's car. And it was old lady driven. Nothing has been messed with. It has 69,000 miles on it, and the brake pedal still like looks new. So it's 351 4-barrel Windsor car with the FMX. Pulled that out. I was gonna go with the 6.0 LQ4 of it, like Escalade or Denali. My original plan is to go with the sleeper look, and I have the hubcaps for the car as well. They're in the trunk, and just driving around like that, you know. But I came across a ad on Craigslist for a 71 Ford F100 that was crashed. Had a 460 in it with a T5 5-speed manual still in the truck. So I bought the truck, got a good deal on it, and pulled the motor out, transmission out, and sold the truck. And so I got the swap for fairly cheap, and I think it's going to be more of a sleeper too, just because you go to a car show, for example, and you see an LS, it's an LS, you know, like, you know. But if you see like an old original Ford looking engine, you know, with the air clean on the Ford blue, you know, valve covers, you won't think twice to look again, you know. It's those who know, like those old timers, you know, like the older people, they know, you know. But so I mean, that's the plan. I got the motor out already and the transmission, so I'm gonna start installing it. I'm gonna start pulling this out soon, and before it gets any hotter over here in Arizona. And yeah, I just can't wait. I'm pretty excited. And yeah, I'm eventually gonna go with the Eliminator clone, but for now I'm just gonna leave it like a sleeper and just clean it up, you know. And then my plan is to take it to Roadkill Zip Ties 2021 and see how it does. I'm supposed to race 3 of my buddies, but I think this will take it. I ran the numbers on the block. It's 500 foot-pounds of torque and 360 horsepower. It came out of a 71 Lincoln. Yeah, so pretty excited. I'll keep you guys posted, and I'm just making this video just so you guys can see the parts you need to do a swap, what challenges I come across. Alright, so yeah, she's coming out already. Just little by little, she should be out. Hopefully start getting the engine bay cleaned up and prepped up. Ready for the big block. So she's coming out pretty good, pretty easy. So keep you guys posted to see what happens. What's going on, guys? Quick little update. So I got the motor in finally. It wasn't too bad. I did try to put the motor in with the bell housing, but so I got the header, the motor mounts and the headers from Kreitz, and I put the motor mounts on, and then I put the motor mounts on the car, and then I try to put the motor in with the bell housing. No transmission. But in order to put it in, you have to go over the motor mounts and then into the behind the and squeeze tuck in the bell housing behind the firewall. But just wasn't having it. So I had to pull the motor back out, take off the bell housing, put the motor in. It went in easy, and then put the bell housing in through the bottom. So then after that, I put the tranny in. After that, it was pretty straightforward, easy. After the motor was in, I put the motor, I bolted down the motor mounts, put the bolt across, and then put the headers in. The headers weren't that bad. I mean, it's tight, but it's each pipe that goes into a collector that meets over there, so it's not bad. It's not easy either, but it just takes time. And then what else? All right, the belts. So normally this belt for the power steering runs from the power steering pump down here to the crank pulley, the harmonic bouncer, and then back up. So it's just down here. But what I did, I ran it up here and then back here. The reason why I did that was because of I put the radiator in, the new one, and the neck comes out right here. And when this belt goes down, it would hit. So my other option was to get welded on like a neck to that neck to extend it out and then surpass the belt clearance issue. So I just found our belt, and this one really ran from here to here, but now it goes up here, down here, and then like around. So it drives the alternator, water pump, the crank. So these three, and this one just goes here now instead of down here. So next thing, so I'm replacing my brake booster while I'm at it, because I have a T5 now, it's stick shift, and this car's originally automatic. So in order to install a clutch cable, I bought the Modern Drivelines MDL, your clutch kit for the T5 on a '69 Mustang Cougar. So in order how that works is it comes with the cable, got the brake booster. So the clutch cable goes to this right here. So this plate comes with the kit, and it's sandwiched between the firewall and the brake booster. But the issue I'm having is this brake booster is not clearing this bracket right here. So I'll figure out a way how to go around this issue, and then so I saw a video on YouTube how they did it on CJ's Pony Parts, but they just used a master cylinder. They went around the brake booster, no brake booster, so that's why they didn't come across this issue. So I'll get around that, see what happens. And this goes from the behind. This connects like this from the other side of the firewall. It looks like that. Next thing is, so my original thinking was that T5 bell housing is the same thing as a 351M, or for a 460, and that's not the case. It won't. T5 bell housing will not bolt onto the 460 without an adapter plate, and that's what this has. This has when I put the transmission apart from bell housing, the transmission from the bell housing, it had an adapter plate, which is that one right there. You can see it. So with that being said, the clutch, this clutch fork right here, on this bell housing, you have to pull back to engage the clutch, versus a T5, the clutch kill comes from the front and it pulls towards the front, and then with this one it pulls back towards the rear end. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make a bracket with some square tubing on these bolts right here. There's one right here, there's one right here as well. So I'll make like a one coming out like this and drill a hole right here, so I can run the cable through here and then pull it. So we'll see how that works. Just want to keep you guys updated. As far as this right here, I had to drill it. I had to cut it first and then drill it, because of its the stock length was hitting with its headers, so it's really tight fit. I don't know. This clutch thing has been the pain in the butt, but hopefully I'll get around it. I mean, that's about it. I bought a new gas tank. I will install that and then fire it up. But I'm trying to get all this done first. All this clutch cable, all the hard stuff. Alright guys, just want to keep you updated. I'll let you know what's up. This is an actual T5 I had laying around. So the clutch cable goes through here. This is right here, and it pulls this way. So watch what happens. It has a ball right here. So when you pull it, it brings it forward. That's because it has a ball right here. It doesn't have anything back here. It's hollow. But this one, same thing. You pull it towards me, look what it does. It goes back instead of going forward. That's because there's a hook back here and no ball up here like this one does. So in the truck, it had rods. So you pull it back, when you shift it, clutching, it goes back and then engages. So that's the problem. So now I have to figure out a way to pull the wire, the cable, clutch cable back instead of forward, so it could work. That's a T5. The T5 bell housing will not fit on a 460 bell housing. The reason why this fits on a T5 because there's an adapter in the back that allows this to bolt onto the T5. They're not the same bell housing. That's why I can't put this little ball onto here, because it won't line up. Alright, so I put the plate in for the modern driveline, the clutch kit. Instructions say to mark it, put it right in the center. Then you drill it, and then you run the cable through there. Quick little update on the Cougar. Alright, I got the clutch cable in. This is it. I also put the clutch pedal in. So I got it's tight, but it's not, it still fits. So I might have to cut it a little bit right here and then buy one of those pads. So let me show you what I did with the cable, with the brackets. Alright, so I made this bracket right here. Just drilled a hole from fencing iron. So I'm gonna find a way to make a bracket to like an L, so you go through here and then this way and bolt on here. So it's gonna go like this, as such. And there's the wires gonna, so the wires gonna come down through here, make a U-turn, and then come this way, go through here, and then right here. So when I pull it, it goes back. So I'll post another video right now when I'm done with all this stuff. Alright, so I finished making the bracket. That's gonna hold this. So it's gonna be underneath the transmission, underneath the body. So this is gonna look just like this. And this right here is gonna bolt onto the transmission itself. It has an open hole. So I'm gonna use this as a bracket, and then I'll put the clip right here. That way it allows to the cable to engage back and forth. Alright, so I had to straighten up my little bracket a little bit more. So This is gonna bolt onto the transmission here and here, and this is where the cable's gonna run through as support. So when it pulls it this way, so see what happens. Alright guys, I think finally ready to fire it up. So I'm done. Most of it, just gotta finish wiring up the fans, stuff like that, little things, but everything else is pretty much done. I still haven't tried out the clutch, so I'm gonna jack up the rear end and then go through all the gears. The clutch cable seems really hard, but I guess it's normal for clutch cables. Alright, so to go over what I did so far, just a quick little overview is so 460 came out of a 71 Lincoln. I have to run the numbers on it. And then I had to buy the motor mounts. I got it from Kreitz. And the same thing with the headers. I got the long tube headers are from Kreitz as well. So they go underneath here. Besides that, it went on pretty smoothly. It has a T5 behind it and has an adapter plate in between to sandwich them together. I originally put it in the bell housing, but it wouldn't clear the motor mounts, so I had to take off the bell housing and then put the motor in, and then put the bell housing in through the bottom, and it worked perfectly. The shiny went in nice. I had to make a custom motor mount for the, a transmission mount, so I just dropped it down an inch. Let's see if I can show you real quick. I just dropped it down an inch. I was like, I might as well just try. If it doesn't work out, then I'll just buy the one that they sell. See right there, just extend that more. These are the headers. So the drive shaft fit perfectly. No custom. I need to shorten it or anything. What else? I mean, that's pretty much it. I mean, it's really tight fit. This, I got this on eBay. Came with the fans, but still a really tight fit as well. But I mean, it clears it. So, and the motor mounts are solid. It has no rubber in them. They're straight rubber mounts, so it shouldn't shake that much. I ran the MSD blocks down there, so I mean, it fit pretty good. See what happens. Let me know what you guys think. If you guys have any questions, let me know. I mean, just doing this to help anybody out, and if it helps, then we're good to go. I did change the fuel tank. This car was parked since 1991. So, the fuel's pretty dirty when I started to use the drain plug on the fuel tank. So I was like, might as well just change it. So, let's start it up, see what happens, see if it starts. This right there. Right there. Bam. Okay, so these are the parts I got ordered, for the swap. So I ordered a new shifter just because the one that came with the truck was straight up and down. So when I would go to first or third gear, it would hit with my dash. So I got this on eBay for 38 bucks. It looks nice and it's at an angle, so it shouldn't have that issue anymore. Next thing is from Kreitz. They sell this transmission mount. I didn't buy this. I used my existing one and just dropped it down 1 inch, and it's been working fine. I figured if it doesn't work, I'll just buy one, but it's working so far. Next thing is MDL clutch cable conversion kit. Since my car was automatic, I had to get this kit. And the only issues I had was a plate that goes between the brake booster and the firewall. I had to do some adjustments to the plate just because where the wire runs through the clutch cable, it was interfering with my pancake style brake booster. That's it. The clutch pedal went in perfectly, bolt on. You use your existing pedal box, even if it's for automatic, and it has the hole, and just put it in there and it bolts right up. The motor mounts, I got these from Kreitz Performance, and they have no rubber isolators, so they fit perfectly and they're stiff. So especially with the motor being so tight to a shock tower, so close, it's really nice. The headers I got from Kreitz as well. They're $4.95, but plus shipping, you're looking at $600. That's what I paid, but they're not a bad fit. They fit really nice. It's each pipe that goes into a collector, so it's not a hard install. It just takes time. Next thing was, so I didn't buy this, but this is where you're going to go to big block to a T5. Mine already had this plate and it had the yoke for the drive shaft. I used my existing drive shaft. Alright guys, that's pretty much it for my swap for now. Thank you for watching. I plan on taking this thing to Roadkill Zip Ties 2021 if they don't cancel it. And let me know in the comments what you guys' favorite year Cougar is. Mine happens to be 69.